Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I tried recording this video like 5 different times already, and for some reason it wouldn't work, so here you go, finally. You know, over the years, I haven't been much of a horror guy. I mean, I'm sure that's pretty obvious considering that all my videos are about Nintendo. They don't really do horror stuff. Like, at all. I never liked the feeling of being scared, even if it's something slightly creepy. It makes me too nervous, I become all paranoid and afraid. As I've gotten older, obviously that's become less and less of an issue because I've learned that stuff isn't real. Right? Anyway, today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite horror franchises and one of my first exposures to horror video games because it's Halloween. Or at least it's close to Halloween. I don't know when this video is going up. Let's talk FNAF. Or Five Nights at Freddy's as its full name, but FNAF. When I was younger, I always thought that FNAF was really cringy. Like, very cringy. The songs and the merchandise that my friends would wear would always make me wince. To be fair, it still is pretty cringy. I mean, the fans have lots of crazy ideas with merch, games, and fan art. I don't even want to think about it. I was also just genuinely afraid of horror. So much so that when my friends would play FNAF on their iPads or watch Let's Plays by Markiplier, I could never imagine doing that. Plus, I was a nerd in other things, like Super Mario or The Legend of Zelda. So naturally, I never played FNAF until 2021, when I got my first VR headset. I was excited to try out all the new and old games that I wouldn't have ordinarily tried. One of those was a game that changed my life forever. Well, not really, but it was a lot more fun than I was expecting. That game was Five Nights at Freddy's VR Help Wanted. FNAF VR was released in 2019 for a whole bunch of VR systems. It featured modes from the first 3 FNAF games, a custom FNAF 4 mode, a vent repair mode similar to Pizzeria Simulator, dark rooms with shorter minigames, parts and services based on sister location, and so much more. If you're looking for a definitive FNAF experience, this is the game for you. I think this is the best way to experience the originals, especially if you're a new fan. This game is genuinely so cool. I mean, seeing the big guys in this semi-realistic environment makes for a fun and disturbing experience. You're so much smaller than everything else in this game, and the perspective just makes it worse. But in a good way though. I also really enjoyed those hard mode levels, you know, the black light levels that make the area look all cool and fun. These environments add a lot of challenge to the game, and the AI is trickier. Well, except for the FNAF 3 one. It's still easy. My favorite of these modes is definitely the Withered mode. The Withered mode not only adds the aptly named Withered animatronics from FNAF 2 to the original mode, but also there's a difficulty slider. Unheard of, honestly. This game mode can be super difficult, especially on the higher modes. That's one of my main complaints with this game. It's not super difficult. Sure, some moments are quite challenging, like the FNAF 4 inspired modes, but a majority of the game is easy. To be completely fair though, it's because of the VR. Anyway, I really liked this game, and I'm glad that it exists. Had it not been for this game, I would have never experienced one of my favorite game series of all time. Since then, I've played the Halloween DLC, obtained all of the secrets in this game, and even 100%ed it with the prizes. If you have a VR system, or don't since this game lets you do that, I would highly recommend this game. Of all the games, this is the one to try. After playing this game, I've since become a fan of FNAF. 7-year-old me would have never assumed this stupid game would change my taste in games, but here we are. I've gone down several rabbit holes, including watching content involving FNAF theories, the mechanics of the game, and even some interesting challenges. Heck, I've even made an AP test based on the games. Maybe I'll make a video about that someday, but that's not important. As for the games themselves, I've played FNAF Pizzeria Simulator, FNAF World, and even the original FNAF Quadrilogy. They were extremely fun and still hold up surprisingly well. Regardless, my taste in games has shifted. I'm now much more open to the idea of horror in general. Granted, I'm still absolutely terrified of it, but whatever, I'm open to the genre as a whole. Overall, FNAF has been a complete transformation in my gaming life, and I'm honestly really glad that I got to experience it for the first time several years ago. The community is still really cringe sometimes, I'll give it that, but the lore and the games themselves have so much personality and charm to them. The fact that the super popular series was originally a final game for Scott Cawthon, the developer, is crazy to me. The idea of a Chuck E. Cheese-esque animatronic game hunting a security guard has touched the hearts of so many people. Because of that, I just want to say, thank you, Scott. I hope your retirement is fulfilling and that you know just how much impact you've had on the gaming landscape. It's not even just for indie games, it's for games in general. I appreciate you creating the series, even if I was terrified and never wanted to play them at first. But hey, better late than never, right? So with that said, thank you all for 150 subscribers. I'm honestly really impressed I even managed to get here, and I'm really grateful that you all watch my content. It means a lot to me. And thanks for watching and for supporting me. For next month, I have a few fun challenges planned that I think you're all really going to enjoy, so I'm really excited. Look forward to that. In the meantime though, have a happy Halloween, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.